friends, Beck and Amanda here with No Bullshit Business Tips, and we're going to talk to you today about your cold email list.
Absolutely. Have you ever heard that saying that your email list is actually the most important asset you own in your business? Like, a lot of us have heard that, but are we actually doing anything with it? I think that's the big question, right?
Yeah, I don't think we are. And it is such a game changer when we've done this with studio owners and got them to send out something very simple to their email list. The amount of people that have come back and enrolled in their studio is crazy.
Absolutely. So what do we mean by a cold leads list or a cold email list? That is people that aren't currently enrolled in your studio, but basically any other email address you possibly have, whether that's someone that inquired that wasn't quite right for them at the time or they never got back to you, an ex-student, anything you've got basically. And having this cold leads list is so valuable to your marketing efforts and something that you should be nurturing and sending them like constant emails.
It's interesting because my little boy started basketball earlier this year. He ended up hating it. I left. I actually got an email from them the other day saying that they're re-enrolling now for basketball, and I thought, maybe I should try it again. Now, that's a perfect example,
Absolutely.
right? Now, if they hadn't have sent me that email, I wasn't actively going back out to that business to ask them to come back again. It's because that email dropped into my inbox. I saw it and went, yeah, okay, maybe we'll try it.
Absolutely.
And that is the exact same as your cold email list.
Yeah, cool. So we have a lot of studio owners, asking us how often, what kind of frequency should they be reaching out to their cold leads list. And there's no perfect answer, right? Let's talk about Country Road. I get emails from Country Road every week, every couple of days. You guys probably do too. I'm obviously on their subscription list.
Right.
Some days I open it, some days I don't. Sometimes I just ignore it, but it doesn't piss me off.
No.
It's fine. It's there, and when I'm ready, and some days it hits, and some days I'm going to open it and go, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to go onto their website and buy something. But it's just the power of consistently marketing to them. So, if you want to send them weekly, wow, that's amazing. Probably most of us do not have time to do that. So I really think once a term is like the perfect amount of time. Once a term where you could send them some things about like what's happened this term, and what's coming up next term. By the way, it's still not too late to enroll in dancing. So if you want to give it a go, come on with some sort of a, call to action at the bottom is such a game changer.
Just like a little, remember us?
Yeah.
We're still here. We're still doing great things with kids, and we'd love to do something with your kid when you're ready. Like, it's just that whole feel, right?
Absolutely. I was chatting to Nath about this the other day, and we were talking about the fact that we ran like a big open week every year where we'd invite people to come along. And I know I've spoken about that on the podcasts and stuff before. However, we'd just spent a lot of money. Like, we had a big budget with a big studio, right? And we would spend, $5,000 to $6,000 on Facebook advertising just for that 1 week. However, the most amount of leads came from our cold leads list.
Really?
The most amount of trials always came from that list because they were people that were already in our orbit. And so I think that that's super important. So if you don't have a cold leads list, today's the day to get working on putting it together, to go back through your studio software, pull out all of your ex-students, go through all those inquiries and just add them all to a spreadsheet. It's so simple.
Yeah, and again, don't be scared to do this. I think sometimes we get scared. We think that we're annoying people. We're not. Like, put yourself out there, do this. A great time to do it is end of year even, and that's coming up soon. So, do it for your January enrollments and put it out there, and people are going to be looking for things to do with their kids in January. I guarantee it. They're going to be going, right, setting the year up, what am I going to be doing? And if you can put that out to your cold leads list, it's the perfect timing.
Absolutely. So if you don't even know where to start with this, maybe you need to start from scratch because, that's okay depending on how you've been running your business. If you are starting completely from scratch with this, open up a Google Sheet right now. Every time an inquiry comes in that doesn't end up enrolling, put their details into that spreadsheet. That's all it needs to be. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it too hard. Or maybe it's like a process. Maybe, each week you go back and put all of the emails in or whatever that is for you, but don't overthink it. Just get it started. And I think I also hear that, what do I send them? What do I send them? It doesn't actually matter. It's not about that always. As long as there's a call to action, it isn't always about what you send. It's just the fact that they're hearing from you and you're just, being front of mind, right?
Exactly. And it's just like putting yourself out there to them and reminding them that you're there. That's all it needs to be. So don't overthink that stuff, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So we would love for you, if you have a cold leads list, reach out to them today. Send them something that's been going on in your studio and what's coming up, with a call to action that it's not too late to re-enroll. We'd love to hear if you do that, if it works for you. If you don't have an email list, start creating one today as well.
Make sure you guys take some action. Let's do this shit.